What's up, everybody? Stevie B here, Dynasty Life. Tonight, just doing a mock draft, just kind of out of nowhere. Very just late, spontaneous mock draft. That's just me in here. I don't have anybody else in here at the moment. So let's just go ahead and get started. Turn off the damn sound. But yeah, haven't done a Dynasty one in a while. I know we're getting towards the season here, so just might do a few before the season starts for you guys. But here we are, picking here at the end of the first. Man, don't necessarily love who's here. We could go Brees. We could go Josh Allen, Kyle Pitts. Let's go Kyle Pitts since he's still there. And then let's also lock in a top QB as well. So obviously in Dynasty, very much different from your typical redraft format, right? So when you're in the Dynasty startup, I am particularly looking for young players, young, core players that I can kind of build around over time. So we've got our tight end and we've got our QB early, which I don't always recommend, but we're talking about Kyle Pitts and Josh Allen, both top guys at their position, especially in Dynasty formats. So here we are now in the next. I like Kenneth Walker. We're going to go with Michael Pittman. All right, we barely got him. So we'll go with Michael Pittman, a nice young wide receiver. Drake London is still there. We should probably – I like to get Kenneth Walker here as well. So we kind of go one at each position. That's kind of just the way the board fell to us here. So Pitts, Allen, Pittman, and Walker. Let me turn on the roster here as it's 2 wide receiver, 2 running back, 2 flex. So automatically off the bat, we're kind of, the way the board felt us, we're kind of playing for the future, not necessarily playing for the right now. Chris Olave is another one I love. Again, picking for the future because of our first few picks. We're kind of looking a little bit further down the line here. Okay, James Cook, Dameon Pierce. I love James Cook, but is he ever going to be more than just that third down guy? So yeah, let's go with James Cook here. So we go, 2 running back, 2 wide receiver, tight end, and QB. We kind of fill in the initial starting lineup quickly, and I don't love it. I mean, I know that I'm not competing necessarily this year. So, and look at that. Dameon Pierce still falls. That's another great young running back to get. But we are going to need wide receivers. And when you are in Dynasty, wide receivers just have a longer shelf life than running backs, right? That is just a fact about it, right? So you have to take that into consideration when you're trying to build a team. And I don't love what's happening here. We're going to go Ayuk. Hopefully I got him. I did. I was very tempted, if you saw me, to go running back. I really wanted to take Stevenson just because he could be really the guy there. But I felt like I wanted to go Ayuk because I was able to get Pierce and I have Walker. I figured, let me go Ayuk, grab that at wide receiver. So we got Tyler Algier, another young running back down here. And we've got Kirk, we've got Tony, we've got Lazard. Lazard, we don't know how long Aaron Rodgers is going to be there. Plus, with the team that we have, we might be looking at, a year or two before we can actually compete at that point. So do you go Tony? Do you go Tolbert? I mean, Tony just hasn't been able to stay healthy, so that's one thing that you do worry about. Oh, and I missed a damn pick anyway, and they picked Stafford for me, which I didn't want. I would have went Tony, and let's pause this for a second. Let's remove that pick. So I was gonna go Tony. So let's go Tony. No, I gotta resume it. Jesus. So we go Tony, and then we go Algier. So we've got a nice core of young RBs: Walker, Pierce, Algier, James Cook, and we can kind of hope and see what happens within the next couple years. There, I'm not loving my wide receivers. I mean, but again, we had to go a little younger with what we've got. I'm not loving this team at all, guys. But David Bell, no, I like Jalen Tolbert a lot, so I'll go Tolbert. I do like David Bell a lot as well, so we're gonna go David Bell too. So we've got some nice young talent. We've got a lot of young talent. So, what we can do is kind of just play the season, see what happens during the season. And I mean, if we have guys that are performing, then we can, look to try and acquire an older player for one of our younger players, just so we can, if we need to push ourselves to that next level. Right now, it doesn't seem that way. We probably will not have to. Romeo Dubes. And let's go with Pacheco. So, and this was a short Dynasty draft. We only did 14 rounds. We didn't go, the whole shebang. Obviously, that would have took forever. But look at what we've done kind of with our team. We've got a bunch of RBs that could turn out to be really good players. So Kenneth Walker, James Cook, Tyler Algier, and Pacheco. Obviously, if we went more rounds, there could have been some other guys we could pick up as well. And then at wide receiver, we've got Pittman and Olave, who are guys that should produce this year and also get better in the years to come. Kyle Pitts, obviously the number one tight end in Dynasty, what he can be in the upcoming years. I think he was the first tight end to go over 1,000 yards his first season. So, and then we've got Brandon Ayuk to go with Tony, Tolbert, Bell, and Dubes. So we've got a nice, solid, really, really young team. And this is a team that you're gonna build. This is not something that you go for every single time. This is the first time I've ever really done a build where it ended up this way, where it's really like not ready to compete just right now, but it could be if the right things happen. But like I said, you're talking about after next year, with Kenneth Walker most likely, stepping into that workhorse role for Seattle. James Cook will have a year under his belt, so we'll know kind of what he's going to be in that offense. And then, does Singletary stay? Does Moss stay? So we'll see kind of what happens in that backfield. Dameon Pierce, another one, he might churn out this RB1 role right away. just this year. So next year could be a nice, really good year for him. Tyler Algier, same thing, could get a lot of burn this year. Next year could solidify into that, RB1 role for them. And then, of course, Isaiah Pacheco as well could be a bust out candidate this year if CEH goes down. He's already kind of ahead of Ronald Jones, they're saying. And then you've got McKinnon as kind of that third down guy. So, Pacheco is another one that maybe not this year, but next year, CEH again, if he gets hurt or if he underperforms, Pacheco can, step into that RB1 role. So we've got, a bunch of nice, good upside RBs, and then wide receivers as well. As we said with Pittman, he's already up there. Olave has a chance to be up there next year if Michael Thomas, they decide to get rid of him. He could be the number one, or the year after they don't resign him, he walks, and again, Olave jumps into that number one role. Brandon Ayuk is, a sleeper for me this year, has had a great camp. He looks tremendous. Has had a great showing with Trey Lance so far. Could possibly, have more receiving yards than Debo. That's kind of one of my hot takes. But, but he could turn out good, or maybe the next couple of years he's out of there, or whatever the case is. We'll see what happens. But I think Lance can support Ayuk, at least down here. I'm not, thinking he's going to be my wide receiver 1 or 2. So, but Jalen Tolbert, perfect opportunity for him now with all the injuries there in Dallas for him to come in and be that wide receiver 2 for Dallas. So CeeDee Lamb and Tolbert could be, 2 of Dak's targets. David Bell, had a great preseason game. Another guy who in the future with Deshaun Watson can be, very serviceable. We know what Deshaun can do, especially with receivers. So, and then again, Romeo Doubs has looked great with Aaron Rodgers, has looked great in practice, has looked great in the preseason games. How long Aaron Rodgers stays, we don't know. But, you can kind of see that this guy, he's got it. Doubs, I don't know how you say it, forgive me, but whatever it is, Romeo, the guy can play. So, this is a team that I like going in. Don't expect to, win a championship this year. But, use your picks wisely. And like I said, if guys start going off, Kenneth Walker, Algier, all these guys, you can move a wide receiver or see what you can get. But, this is a team that I kind of like building for Dynasty. But let me know what y'all think. Drop a like, subscribe, drop something in the comments. You agree or disagree? Who would you have chosen different? I just felt that going young and everything so early after Pittman, it was really like Walker was the way to go. And from there, I kind of just have committed myself to more of building than kind of winning right now. And like I said, I could still win right now if all the stars align and, Pierce starts beasting, Walker starts beasting, you never know. So Olave, so we'll see. But yeah, let me know what y'all think, and I'll see y'all next time.